I just wanted to share some really cool things. Yesterday, we got the most views we've ever gotten on a Saturday Sabbath service at the beach. We meet live 11 a.m. every Saturday morning, assuming the weather's really good, right? At Trex Beach, Nanakuli, Hawaii. If it rains, we meet at Alakai Fit. But yesterday, I was averaging like 80 some views, like throughout, and people would drop off, they'd come back on. It was really crazy. Anyway, so I checked today because it had to upload or what have you. And I checked, we had 2,900 and some views in one day. It's the most our website has ever gotten. God, Yah, the Most High, Yeshua, Jesus, and all of heaven is doing something. Literally, I've met two new people in the last few days that literally just came up to me and gave me their phone numbers and asked me to call them. It's been beautiful. So many blessings. Yesterday at the beach was absolutely awesome. Had this guest family, that the little blondies, and the so nice. I'm meeting up with them today just to talk to them more about what we do, how we set up family legacy at this age. Where I've got tkc.network, which is our website we've been working on for educational purposes, so you guys could level up. Minister John, who sings in the Highway Band, he wrote a song on Passover, well, before Passover, but he sang it at Passover, called Level Up. And you guys know Kaika's wife, Lonnie, who shared yesterday in the pink outfit. She's got three amazing, beautiful little kids. And she was just sharing how much she's grown, which I'm a total witness to, because Maury Bay and myself were two of the founding ministers for this 508c1a ministry. We met actually Lonnie first, and then she brought her husband. They were doing Bible study for like 2 years. We all got together, and I think it's been like 4 years now. And I've got all these adorable little grandbabies that are just so amazing. So, you guys, this has been the happiest, joyfulest time of my entire life doing this ministry. I've served in the background so many of the big cattle car 501c3 churches. I actually got a master's degree in theology and divinity at age 40. Who does that? I mean, anyway, I did because I was so desperate for truth and to come out of the world. And it's been a long journey. I made 62, and I just wanted to share one of the reasons I still look like this at 62 is this stuff. You should ask me about it. The best, the best, the best. But I'm always trying to share with you guys like my real life, you know, like what I do, how from skincare to what I eat to where we go, you know, fellowship, how we meet new people. I have so much to share with you guys about anxiety, depression, overcoming addictions, staying the course, even when things are really, 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 really hard in your marriage. I mean, it's just for the first time in my life at 62, literally on my birthday, it was like something snapped. And Yah just took all the fear of just being in his joy all the time, sharing all the wisdom and knowledge I've learned over 62 years freely with you guys, teaching you the Bible so you can actually understand it. But one of the first things that I am going to start writing a book because people have been telling me that my whole life. You should write a book. Your life is crazy. And I will, and I promise, and you guys can be a part of that. But I also want to, with our new creation coaching, want you to write a book too. If there is 1 ounce of time that I could help you guys save on your journey of pain, if you've had enough pain yet, we'll check here with the misery meter here in a second. But these are 20 questions that kind of used to come out of addiction stuff. But like I have been a pastor, I'm trying to be a pastor for 22 years since I've been in Hawaii. I got a master's degree at 40 in theology and divinity. And why did I do that? It's because I really love God. And I felt like, I'm trying to do better. Never good enough. All these questions I'm going to share with you here. I took this test 20 years ago and I answered, it's embarrassing to say, but I'm just all about truth and 100% honesty. I answered yes to all of these. And 20 years later, I did this with a friend because we're going to rewrite this book literally for our ministry to have its own, I don't want to say, it's a way for us to get to know you better so that we can help you grow faster. Because just going to church once a week on Saturday, it's lovely, it's nice, but if you've got a lot of stuff going on inside and you want to get rid of all that junk quickly, this is what this is about. It's like the accelerated, I'm done with the world. I'm done with my stinking thinking. I'm addicted to maybe shopping, porn, money, girls, boys, food, drugs, alcohol. It could be anything. But if it's not the Most High, So just this morning, in fact, I decided I've got all these people that are coming in that are musicians, and we already have the Highway Band, and they're very good. So I got to talk to those guys if they want to do this idea. But if they don't want to do this idea, Yah still wants to do this idea as a collective, like bringing in people to audition from other ministries that want to, they play sax or they play bongos or they play flute or they play whatever, but they really want to serve God, Yah, the Most High, but they don't have anybody to play with. So I know, I just talked to a friend, 40 years. Thank you, Kim Hasselman. I love you. Thank you, Yeshua HaMashiach, for bringing Kim back in my life on my way to service yesterday. I'm reading a text from him. I haven't seen him since like 9th or 10th grade. I'm 62. So it's like 40 years, right? So I called him up and I literally talked to him just like I'm talking to you guys. And I told him 40 years and probably 10 minutes before church, got him all caught up. And I said, I love Christ because all that stuff that we've been carrying around forever, it's like, let go. And he just laughed the whole time. He said, you're so funny. And I said, well, after all I've been through, I'm glad I can laugh at it now rather than cry because I used to just cry and cry and cry, which was just pathetic. But anyway, I really have enjoyed doing YouTube with you guys. I'm so excited. We're going to bring you guys so much more. But I'm going to turn the camera around here and show you kind of what we're going to be starting to do. And it's like a self-inventory. Instead of taking everybody else in your family and your job and the world's inventory of how they're making you miserable, because yeah, we all get guilty of that, even me. So this is about taking the log out of our own eye, dealing with our own stuff and getting better. So I wanted to share with you because we're working on this right now and I'm putting together workshops that you can participate in. And this will be our, I don't know, groundbreaking presentation of this as it grows organically from the Most High. So let me share this with you. Okay, so I'm turning the camera. Hopefully it'll turn. There we go. Oops. Okay. So here we go. So these are the questions. And this is just like a misery meter. We're going to call it the misery meter test. So, and I want you guys to close your eyes. And here we're going to just do a little mini kind of, just getting into the peaking of entering into the Most High, into the quiet. So if you will, I see there's one person on here, one brave soul. So maybe if you would be so gracious to sit with yourself and just close your eyes and be with my voice in timelessness. And we're going to count back 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm hoping that who's ever watching this or currently live or in the future will just take a moment to get really in a relaxed, peaceful, meditative state. And let's be as honest as we possibly can with these questions, because this is the work, the root work that we're all going to do together. And it's really going to be a game, a daily game of personal transformation of mind, body, and spirit. I've been doing ministry for 22 years and I've watched people grow so little in 22 years. I've known young Eric and, well, his wife, he's married now, but I've known him since he was 21 years old. He's now 36 or 37. And I'm like, okay, we should be a little bit further along. But as Yeshua said, his people, Israel, is stiff-necked people. I was the most stiff-necked, wanted to do everything my way, which didn't work out so great. But I have accomplished through Yah a lot of really cool things that I've met so many kingdom people, but he's not done with me yet. So now we're doing this new thing, which is kind of like, welcome to the kingdom. How much pain are you in yet? Take the misery test and we'll find out. So number 1, close your eyes. Or if you can have a piece of paper or something to jot this down, you can do it right at home with me. Or just take mental note and see where you're at. But 1, is your life full of drama and emotion, peaks of happiness, and valleys of despair? And whatever pops into your head, I mean, usually, like, I just know. Like, I don't have to even think about it. But you just be as honest as you can be and write down yes or no. Number 2, do you have a history of being rejected or abandoned? Write it down. Number 3, are you a compulsive do-gooder or people pleaser? Number 4, are you a compulsive rescuer or caretaker? Number 5, are you constantly separating from your significant other and returning? That doesn't mean necessarily physically moving out of the house or breaking up, but emotionally detaching big distance and then coming back together. So that's what that question means. 6, are you always on, trying to be the center of attention? Maybe not the center of attention, or just get attention. Number 7, does the same type of miserable, painful event happen over and over to you with different people in different situations? Yes or no? 8, do you isolate? When I say isolate, that can mean get on your phone and watch binge episodes of Friends. I hear lots of depressed people watch episodes of Friends. And it's because that's the life we want to have, closeness, community, friends. And most people are alone on their phone all the time now. That's why we're creating all this, you guys. So you don't have to be alone. You can get all these questions healed and we can get set free. So let's go back to, do you isolate? Could be on the phone. It could be video games. It could be anything that is not connecting you spiritually to the Most High God, Yah, Yahuwah, or your friends, or your family, or your spouse, or your children, everybody, your pets even. They suffer when you're not really tuned in because, guys, life is in the blood. Anything that's not physically like alive, like animals, people, fish, birds, animals, all of God's creatures, it's not alive. It's consciousness of God being held together by everything, but it's not alive the way the life is in the blood. So where are you spending all your time? In the artificial zone that makes people really lonely and unhappy, or in the life side with the people, learning how to have better relationships? Because that's what planet Earth is all about, guys. So let's go on with the questions. Number 9, do you react rather than respond? This is a huge one. And there's so many people that say they're Christian, but they literally cannot even do this at all. And like I said, 22 years, when I started out as a baby Christian and then eventually broke off from my mentor and coach and then started our own ministry and so forth. Oh my gosh, so much learning. And you have to have a group. You can't do this journey on your own. You need God, you need Yah, Yahuwah, you need Yeshua, the Messiah, and you need the Holy Spirit, and you need a bunch of friends who are on the same path for when it gets really hard to help you get back on the path. So, okay, so number 9, do you react rather than respond? Really meditate on that for a minute and be completely honest about it, because the name of this game and the work that we do in this ministry, it's all about 100% no lying. Because when we lie to others or ourselves, which is the worst because we're deceiving ourselves, and Satan does it to ourselves because we don't even know we're deceiving ourselves. You know what I mean, guys? So let's all, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I know a lot of people that say 9, yeah, they react rather than respond. So we're learning how to respond and hear with love before we open our mouth, before we react, right? And that way we don't have to go around making amends to everybody and going through all this pain and suffering if we learn how to do this in advance early. Okay, so number 10. Do you continue to have a desire to abuse substances? And that can be drugs, alcohol, food, sex, shopping, anything literally can be an addiction. I think the cell phone use personally is like the biggest addiction on the planet, because you can go out to dinner and sit around and watch people. They don't even talk anymore. There's no eye contact. They're so like robots and they don't know it, and yet they're all sad, depressed, lonely, wanting girlfriends. And the next thing you know, they're going to be settling for robots as lovers. It's just so pathetic, you guys, how far we've fallen. But the good news is it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, literally, when you get born again, like, I know I've been a pastor. I've been serving in the ministry for 22 years since I've been in Hawaii. I've done so much, but it's only been, like I said, like, absolutely, I know without a shadow of doubt, because I'm changed. And it's like a little kid. I feel like so excited every day to get people together for, my friend Erin calls them wedding parties. JC calls it, we're going to be doing peaking experiences. But the truth is, we're all just getting to a higher octave, a higher level. We're all leveling up. And then, ironically, John wrote the song Level Up on the plane the other day, helping Jenny so she can level up and get her child out of the system. So much stuff. Okay, let's get back on track. I tend to get off on bunny trails, but okay, so here we go. Back to 10. So be honest. Anything that you think that you have a problem with, drugs, alcohol, people pleasing, food addictions, even over exercising can be addiction. Some people are totally addicted to that. Video games, it's anything that checks you out, that temporarily makes you feel better, but later everybody's mad at you because you're not spending any time or getting your things you're supposed to get done. If that makes sense. Okay, so the next one, 11. Do you fantasize about something happening that will rescue you and make your life happy? That's 11. A lot of people just count on Jesus and think he's going to come down and just fix it all, and they don't have to do any work. But that's such a lie. Faith without works is dead. You're already dead in the system and you don't even know that. So we got to work on that, of waking everybody up. They're in the wrong jurisdiction, correct their status. There's so much work to do, guys, because we've all been so dumbed down. It makes me so sad. And I think about it. I was so dumbed down too. So programming, we've all been programmed. Okay, so do you fantasize about somebody coming to rescue, whether Jesus or anybody else, a boyfriend, a new husband, a new wife, a new boss? Really the thing is to go inside and ask Yah, Most High God, what's his will? What does he want for you? We never were taught to do that when we were little kids. We just did what everybody programmed us in to do. Our parents, society, jobs, teachers, the whole thing, it's all part of the same matrix, right? So when you're breaking out of the matrix, you're going to not feel good. This is why you need this, because you need a support system. It's very difficult. Jesus said the path is narrow and few find it or stay on it. So, okay, so let's keep going. Are you an alcoholic or workaholic? Are you a workaholic? We could say alcoholic, drugaholic, sexaholic, any of the olics. It's all the same disease. It's distraction from finding out the truth of what's really going on inside you. So are you any of those things? Number 13, do you destroy relationships or career opportunities by acting out? And acting out means like getting triggered, screaming, yelling, being defensive, combative, any of those kind of things with your peers, your coworkers, any of that kind of thing. That's called a lack of self-control. It's a spiritual gift and you do have to work on it, but there's a lot of things that have to be spiritually corrected to really get a hold of that one. So if it's a yes, put it down. If you've really got self-control, be honest, be proud of yourself for that, and say, yes, I don't have a problem with that one. Okay, or yes or no is the answer, right? Let's see, where are we going now? Number 14, does your voice get high and tiny sometimes when you share? I like to add to that one. Or does your voice get very loud and overwhelming and overbearing to others? Either one is still not in the God zone where you want to be, in Yah zone. in the peace, in that most heavenly realm. Okay, number 15. Do you feel anxiety that is clearly out of proportion to the activity that you're about to undertake? So if you get panic attacks, a lot of fear of public places or people or any of that kind of thing, then you would write yes to that. And if no, you feel comfortable everywhere you go in your own skin, that would be a no. Number 16, do you avoid relationships? And that doesn't just mean male, female. It's just friendships, parents, even interaction with people, usually because you're afraid of getting hurt. But do you avoid them? Yes or no? Number 17, are you afraid to make decisions? Like the deer in the headlight thing, you just get stuck. Like you're afraid to go yes or you're afraid to go no. We're going to learn how to do that, you guys, because the Bible says let your yes be yes and your no be no. So 18, do you have irrational fears with nothing in your past to explain it or explain them? Yes or no? 19, do you act out of fear rather than love? Yes or no? 20, do you feel like you'll never be good enough? Yes or no? By the way, the last one, 20, is like the hugest misery meter because most people always say they feel like they'll never be good enough. So congratulations that you made it through the first 20 questions. This is kind of a prerequisite that we work on these things to do our spiritual work with you because we really are all about change. We don't want, I made it to 62. I want every single minute that the locust stole when I was in the world system and lost and chasing everything but the Most High's truth. And I want every single second back to live in joy and peace and harmony and really help people who want help. I was all of these things. When I first started this, people pleaser, so desperately love addict because of childhood trauma that I didn't even know for years and years and years. But a lot of pastors in these big cattle car churches, they'd see me coming because I so much want to serve that I'd be used all day long. So I'm not doing that anymore, you guys. This is my year of taking care of myself, loving fully, loving freely, but being very choosy about, like, many are called, few are chosen. I used to choose everybody and I helped everybody. And I realized why Yeshua, only worked with 12 people. Because get to know people and to be able to heal them and heal, all of that good stuff. And get them seeing correctly, thinking correctly, so they can actually manifest differently than what they're manifesting in the world right now. Remember, fear is false evidence appearing real. And if you think about 90% of what we've all been programmed, we learned off TV or fake stream news. Jesus said there would be wars and rumors of wars. Wonder if the whole thing is just a made-up movie to keep everybody in trauma all the time, shot up with jabs and chemtrails and all the other junk they've been doing to try to kill off everybody. And wonder if that was all because you have this trust that they put you into when you were born that's a public trust, and it's worth a lot of credit, a lot of value. It's not, we don't have any money, but we have credit that we were born into. We're heirs in the kingdom, guys. But we can't inherit anything as dead people, so we have to get strong emotionally, spiritually, financially. And we teach people how to live in the private, which is not easy for most people to comprehend or understand because they just can't even rationalize that we've been lied to about everything. It blows their mind. They just can't handle it. So those that were chosen and desperately want out and they want to walk as kings and queens, born again, redeemed, set free in Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ's name, this is the place. We teach you all of it, not just paperwork, not just how to set up your ministry, not just how to change your passport, but how to set up a ministry that's actually his ministry. How to walk like he walked, how to have friends and love people right where they're at. And be stronger than you ever were. And all of these questions, like I said, 20 years ago, I was so neurotic, and I would go around telling people all the time, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And I would look good. I'd make myself dressed up, look good. But inside, I was falling apart. And I just hid because, like all the other people, were hiding, afraid, to tell the truth of what's really going on. So, how does that come? It gets masked in all kinds of weird things: boy addictions, relationship addiction, love addictions, alcohol addictions. I mean, just everything from our childhood comes up, and then we get to spend the next 20 or 30 or 40 years overcoming it. Well, we decided that's just a little bit too painful. And that if we can just get to it, it's like Yeshua said, you can have it in a twinkling of an eye. When you finally realize you've been lied to about every single thing and you are good enough, you're plenty good. You just forgot who you are. So this year, what we're doing is we're putting all these workshops, retreats together. We're taking people on just amazing spiritual journeys that they really can see actual tangible results right here, right now. And they can have friends that are on the same journey where it's really cool to talk about this stuff. So if you want to be a part of that group, please call us. If you've answered it, it's in Alcoholics Anonymous, this is the kind of thing that they do. If you answer one or more, you might have a drinking problem. Well, if you've answered one or more of these, 2 or 3, you definitely can have a better life, better than it is now. So my goal at my age, I figure, well, if God prevails and tarries and I just, Yah just blesses me so much, maybe I'll live to 100, who knows, 120. However long, doesn't matter. It's him, what he does. But if I get good health, good thoughts, so much joy, and I'm spreading his gospel, it's like we're regenerating our bodies physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually every day. And like literally, like I said, it's crazy. Like I just met 2 nice people recently at the Croc Center at Kapolei, Hawaii. Normally, I'm the promoter inviting everybody to the beach, just always doing it. It's so natural to me, getting people's phone number, wanting to connect with them. But these ladies asked me for my phone number. It was hysterical. And one of them came Saturday and jammed with us at the beach and played bongos. So lovely. So that's what we want to teach you how to do, whether you live in Hawaii or Wisconsin, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, LA. Why don't we just turn the whole world into one big wedding party for the Most High God? Because that's what we're trying to do. If you'd like to be a part of that, please call me. Get your name on the list for the Kingdom parties. So our phone number, it's 808-476-0332. And my email is thetruevine, VINE, which is John 15. And we're on a search for grafting in good fruit right back into the Father's vineyard. So if you want to be one of those fruits, call us. We'd love to meet you and see you. Have a glorious day. I'll be on later today. I'm doing some coaching today for helping people set up their ministries and their legacies for rebuilding their families and so forth. So if you want to learn more about that too, call us 808-476-0332. We'll be live again today sometime this afternoon. Aloha. Have a beautiful day.